Hello. This is my short story Selfies that was published in Toxic Cookout, my collection of short stories that was published by Big Table Publishing. To fully appreciate this story, you have to imagine that I'm not a 61-year-old cross-dressing male, but rather a 19-year-old girl. Tara and I are almost like identical twins. When I first met her, she was like nobody. Don't get me wrong, like me, she had a bitchin' bod and a pretty face, but there was no real personality shining through. I took her under my wing. That afternoon, I was trying to figure out exactly how to tell her I'm through hanging out with her. Not that anything bad has happened between us, I was just ready to move on. Whatever. You will not believe what happened that afternoon. We're in our pink bikini standing knee-deep in the public swimming pool, and we look really hot. I mean, porn star hot. We both have pink iPhones, and we're taking selfies with them. I take a picture of her with the phone in my left hand while flipping my hair over my ear with my right. Tara does the same thing. She's learned a lot from me. It's kind of ridiculous to be taking so many pictures of ourselves, so now we start to take pictures of each other. Standing with our backs to the camera while looking back over our shoulders so that people can see our cute faces and our cute butts at the same time. Wrapping our arms around ourselves to look like we're longing for, the water's really cold and we're shivering. Looking off in the distance as if we're longing for something and don't know we're being caught on film. I see the really hot old guy, like almost 30, but he's still got it together and he's really ripped. I notice him noticing us. Will you take a couple of pictures of us? I ask really apologetically, even though I know he'd chew off his own leg for the chance. His face brightens up. Sure. We have him snap us while we're splashing each other, though not really hard because we don't want to get our hair wet. And then I look like I'm going to pull down Tara's bikini bottoms, and she does the same thing to me. And then we're rubbing each other with suntan lotion. We really get into it now that we have an audience. His eyes get that far-away look, like he's drifted off into a dream world. Thanks, I say, taking the camera back from him. We should do some in the mirror, Tara says. Where do you see a mirror? I ask. The restroom? Duh. Sometimes Tara comes up with great ideas. It's probably from hanging out with me so much. After a couple of minutes waiting in line, taking pictures, we go in together and lock the door. Tara walks up to the mirror over the sink, and I start to take her picture. No, wait. There's something I have to tell you, she says. I owe so much to you, so it's really hard for me to say what I have to say now. Before I met you, I didn't know how to dress or act. You showed me how. And I'm like so grateful for that. You remember you asked me where I was from and you couldn't pronounce the name of it? Well, it's actually a planet in the star system of Alpha Centauri. I thought it must be in like Canada or something. I landed here in a pod, and when I hatched, I didn't even know how to look or act human, so I had to learn to fake it. You're the best role model I've had so far. As if she doesn't think I'll believe her, her skin starts to turn a sickly green, her arms start to shrivel up while her fingers get longer, and now they're like 10 tentacles coming out of her sides. And her two eyes kind of melt together like one. Her hair turns into scales, and now her feet are all webbed. All of this while wearing a pink bikini, and it starts to make me kind of sick. Gross, I say. Trust me, you really don't want to look in the mirror right now. I just need to show you so you'll understand, and I need to tell you now that I've learned everything I can from you. It's time to move on. Sure, whatever, I say, as if I want to hang out with a freak. She opens her mouth, which is now bigger than my entire head. Without thinking, I lift my iPhone and snap her picture. It's dark in the bathroom, so the flash goes off. Tara cups her hands over her giant eye. Ow, you bitch! My eye's not used to that kind of light. And she's carrying on, making such a big deal out of it. Well, gee, maybe if you'd have told me that you were this one-eyed, scaly squid thing from hell, I'd have planned accordingly, I say, unlocking the bathroom door. By the way, just so you know, I'm posting this photo on Facebook and I'm tagging you. No, she shrieks, and she is still shrieking when I step out the door and face the line of other girls. Trust me, you do not want to go in there right now, I tell them on my way back to the pool. Thank you for listening.